Coming up at 15 News. With the primary focus still on the COVID-19 pandemic, it's easy to forget that the flu and cold season is here. We'll learn why many medical professionals are encouraging the flu vaccine now more than ever. Then, our city engineer shares her latest construction forecast and which roads we need to avoid. Plus,
many pieces make one piece, and that one piece is Southfield.
A local artist wraps up his Southfield-themed mural, where you can see it and the inspiration behind the design. Catch all of this and more right now on this edition of 15 News. According to the CDC, influenza is at its strongest December through March. As we quickly enter into the peak flu season, local medical professionals are urging everyone who is eligible to get their flu shot as soon as possible, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic.
I can't stress enough the importance of everyone really ensuring that they are doing all that they need to do to prevent themselves and from getting ill and minimizing the occurrence of severe illness, hospitalization, and possibly death during this time of the year.
The flu vaccine is recommended for everyone 6 months or older, especially people who are at high risk due to complications from the flu, including people 65 and older, children under the age of 2, pregnant women, and people with chronic conditions such as asthma, diabetes, heart disease, neurological conditions, blood disorders, weakened immune systems, and morbid obesity. It is also important to remember that flu shots should be received annually as the strain of the flu differs from year to year.
It's an annual or seasonal occurrence here in Michigan especially. So it's very important that each and every year that we continue to get a flu shot, because each and every year the strains may vary. So even if you got the flu shot last year, it's very important that you again get a flu shot this year to perhaps give you protection for whatever strains may be occurring during this season.
Like with any vaccine, some side effects may occur.
Those reactions is that you experience things like soreness at the site of injection, fever-like symptoms that may not be persistent but be at the initial point of administration, fatigue, weakness, just general malaise. You just don't feel well. It's always good. I always recommend that you always double check with your primary care provider before you actually get any immunization, just to make sure that from a health standpoint that you're okay.
To find a vaccine location near you, visit www.vaccines.gov. October was National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and to help shed light on this terrible disease, Southfield law enforcement, city officials, as well as breast cancer advocates and survivors came together to share their stories of hope and the importance of testing and detecting breast cancer early on.
You don't realize how strong you are until you have to fight for your life. I fought, and by the grace of God, I won.
The most recent U.S. breast cancer statistics state that about 1 in 8 women will develop invasive breast cancer over the course of their lifetimes. And just over 43,000 women in the United States are expected to die this year from it. Men are also at risk of developing this potentially fatal disease. That is why organizations like Living Brave Through Breast Cancer and the Tamara Latimer Cancer Foundation made it their mission to encourage women and men to take action and advantage of medical tests like mammograms.
Don't ever skip on mammograms or body testing. Anything that routine checks, you need to do it. Don't skip out, because I did, and the saddest part about it, if I had not gone, I probably wouldn't be here, because it wasn't just one tumor, it was 5 in one breast.
My message to you is one of encouragement. Make an appointment. See your doctor. See your doctor. See your doctor. Get your mammogram. Get your mammogram. Don't ignore lumps, bumps, moles, and discolorations. As you hear of those who might be crying out for help, remember the Tamara Latimer Cancer Foundation is here for just that purpose.
Moved by the stories and the impact of these two organizations, a health-based company, 411 Therapy, proudly donated to their cause. This was done in combination with the moral support already received from the Southfield community. To learn more about Living Brave Through Breast Cancer, go to livingbravethroughbreastcancer.org. And for more information about the Tamara Latimer Cancer Foundation, head over to tomlatimercares.org. A mural that represents Southfield can now be seen at the Lawrence Technological University campus. This commissioned art piece was designed and created by locally renowned artist Hubert Massey.
To get to this point, we had 2 virtual town hall meetings where we had key stakeholders, residents, and business people weigh in on what they thought Southfield was, what it is, and what it wants to be. And that design informed the ultimate final project.
Due to supply shortages and COVID restrictions, this project took more than a year to develop.
Something like this normally could take anywhere from 6 months to maybe a year in process to actually create the piece. So this tile was created in the studio. We used a slab of clay. We cut the clay out in pieces, and then we had to number those pieces so that we don't lose those pieces and all. So it's a real long process though.
Those who were involved with the process were excited to see this community-based work of art on display.
Good job, good job.
From this day forward, people who get to put one piece or many can come by and said, not only was I in part of the design and the input, but I physically helped put it together. And this is, I believe, our 21st art installation in the Southfield City Center area in the last 5 years. So we're very excited to have such a prominent artist working with us, and especially our partnership with Lawrence Technological University, allowing us the easement to install these art pieces.
Parts of the country or other cities or whatever, and they come in to visit, just sort of gives them a breath of what this community is all about. And it's about celebrating communities.
For 2 nights in October, the Southfield Parks and Recreation Department invited residents to give their ideas and feedback to help form a 5-year Parks and Recreation Master Plan. Both evenings included information about current programs, events, and the state of various Southfield parks and initiatives. Plus, there were interactive charts that encouraged valued input from those who participated.
Tell us how we can enhance your experiences. Parks and Recreation is all about experiences, right? So how can we enhance those experiences, and how can we provide you brand new experiences that you haven't had before here?
Once the 5-year Parks and Recreation Master Plan is finalized, it will guide short-term investment into long-term park and facility improvements. To see some of the comments made by the residents through the online survey, go to www.publicinput.com/MySouthfieldParks.
We've got a few neighborhood projects. So we have what we call our Section 25 Area 7 and 8, which is south of 10 Mile, west of Pierce. And that project is sanitary sewer separation, water main replacement, and total road reconstruction. So that's a big project. That project's well underway. We have about half of the roads in that neighborhood paved already, and we expect that work to last all the way through about the end of November. We do expect it to fully wrap up this year. Section 35 Phase 2, which is Greenview, Avon, Stahalin, and Melrose. That's a water main replacement project and asphalt road rehab. That project got a late start because of some unavailability of the water main materials. So because of that late start, we're not entirely sure if we're going to get it fully finished this season. Again, with the asphalt roads, we have some seasonal limitations. Whatever doesn't get finished by winter, it'll just get buttoned up, and then we'll come back in the spring and finish that up.
Dozens of happy ghosts, goblins, and witches showed up to the 3rd annual Trunk or Treat. The event was hosted by the Southfield Police and Fire Departments that gave the trick-or-treaters a chance to grab some goodies in a safe place.
This is a great event where kids can come out in a safe environment, have some candy, and plus meet some really cool firefighters and police officers.
The young participants were able to visit many treat tables set up by local law enforcement, residents, businesses, and organizations. The event provided both candy and community, giving parents ease of mind.
Families look for how can they entertain their children with a safe, fun-filled event. We know that our children need an outlet, a place to go where they're not worried about running between houses, crossing streets, and it's just a lot of fun.
Just the city coming together once again for the community during Halloween.
To learn more about upcoming events hosted by the Southfield Police Department, just head over to their page on Facebook. In late October, adorably scary inflatables filled the grounds of the beautiful historic Berg Park for the annual Boo at the Berg. Kids were able to walk the ghoulish grounds dressed up in their costumes while picking up some candy along the way.
Well, we have 10 different booths for trick-or-treating, and we have the police department here. We have various different Parks and Rec staff having booths, the library. The fire department is here, and you can have your picture taken with a fire truck that's really decorated, really cute. And we also have some special groups like Best Braces. We have Oakland Forward. Last night we had Safe Splash Swim School. And then we also have Emmanuel Lutheran Church here today. So lots of fun booths to come and get a treat at.
Want to stay at the pulse of Southfield Cable Channel 15 programming? Do you want to know more about the people, places, and happenings that make Southfield go? Looking for a good read? Then check out the November edition of C15 Magazine, available in both print and digital editions. Read it digitally by visiting the Southfield Multimedia Services Facebook page or pick up a physical copy at various locations around the City of Southfield Municipal Campus. Now let's take a look back at some of the biggest events that happened in the city in this 15 News Rewind. One of Southfield Parks and Recreation's signature events once again touched down in the city. The Daddy-Daughter Dance looked to strengthen the bond between fathers and their daughters with good music, lively entertainment, and an overall good time for everyone.
So we have a magician here to do some strolling entertainment, and we have a DJ to play music the entire night, and we just got some snacks and some nice giveaways for the ladies. And you know, we've got this beautiful park here that they can just kind of walk around and take some pictures and just enjoy the outdoors.
There were many factors such as severe weather conditions and the ever-looming presence of the COVID global pandemic that created many obstacles in organizing the event. But Parks and Recreation staff persevered and were able to successfully pull the event together despite daunting odds.
So we started off planning on doing this activity in June. Well, we've had some bad weather and we decided to reschedule it to August tonight. And we just thought it was so important, to still have this opportunity for the kids, the girls and their dads to come and, just do something special because they haven't been able to do anything for over a year now. So we just really wanted to have something for them.
Despite the many challenges, attendees were able to enjoy a myriad number of activities and experiences. The senior community has long been a priority for the City of Southfield as it presented its latest Senior Appreciation Night. Hosted by the Parks and Recreation Department in collaboration with COSA, the Commission on Senior Adults, the goal was to show how important seniors are to the overall mosaic of Southfield.
Our seniors are really important in our community. They've held the community together forever. They've got a lot of history with them, and they're just important to our community.
There were a plethora of activities ranging from live music to informational presentations that looked to engage event attendees.
So tonight we've got the Sun Messengers that will be playing. We have also Impulse Dance School. We'll be doing a few dances before the Sun Messengers start. We have 22 vendors, along with COSA, the Commission on Senior Adults and Human Services. They co-sponsor this with Southfield Parks and Recreation. We have a hot dog dinner that they'll be getting for free, and the entire event is free.
The Southeast Michigan area was recently subjected to extreme weather conditions that included high heat and humidity, which prompted organizers to make adjustments to bring the event indoors.
So moving from outside to inside because of the heat and humidity, we had to contact all of our vendors, we had to contact the band, the person cooking our hot dogs, and let all of our seniors know. And that's a tough job. Not all of our seniors are on social media.
To learn more about various parks and recreation programs and events, call the P&R department at area code 248-796-4620 or visit cityofsouthfield.com. And that about does it for this edition of 15 News. You can also catch all of these amazing stories aired during this program on the Southfield Multimedia Services Facebook page and YouTube channel. For 15 News, my name is Chris Campbell, and we'll see you next time.